today I'm gonna do the Half and a Half Not season 3 finale. It was a really, really good finale. It had me on my toes like from the beginning to end, so I think it was a good finale. It had Wyatt and his parents in the living room or whatever talking. And Jim is kept telling him like, come on, drink with your old dad right now. He's like, is it poison? Like, hold up. So then he was like, we just must have been doing it wrong. We gonna treat you like an adult. So they keep on drinking, and I'm over here like, is he making them drink so if when the people come, he could be fucked up? I don't know. But he was basically telling Wyatt, like, tell me, ask me questions. How do you feel? He was saying how he hated his dad and all this kind of stuff, and he was just basically asking him about his affairs and why he acts the way he acts. And Jim was saying how he has an appetite for women. And then he was like, I treat them like, he don't treat them any kind of way. He just fuck them and then that's over or whatever. So he was like, is that how you feel about my mom? He was like, no, me and your mom was in love, but now we can't stand each other. I said, oops. So he was telling about how they had affairs. So Catherine started saying, yeah, we both had affairs. So Jim looked like, wait, what the hell? And so she was like, yeah, I had about 3 or 4 of them. And I'm over here laughing because I'm like, I don't even think Catherine, well, she maybe did, but I was like, Catherine, I don't think she had an affair. I just think she was trying to get up under Jim's skin. But it was funny as hell to me. But she was talking about how she slept with the tennis instructor and all this kind of stuff, and I was laughing. Then Wyatt asked about Candace, and he was saying how Candace is an escort. She's amazing. She's wicked. And I'm like, yeah, and you fell in love with Candace. Until she started doing all that shit to you, you had to fall in love with Candace. Candace said that Jim said Candace would pay for Amanda's death. So Wyatt was like, why? And he was like, because ever since Candace came up in her life, then, she been batshit crazy or whatever. And he was telling him, like, well, you should have never slept with Candace. And, like, you started this ripple effect with Candace. Don't blame Candace on some shit that you started and you brought this girl in our life and stuff like that. So then he was telling him, he asked Wyatt, like, do you know Jeffrey is gay? And he was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, well, let me ask you something. Are you in love with Jeffrey? And he was like, no, I'm straight. And he was like, well, sometimes I be wondering. I said, oh. Because I'm like, well, no. Well, yeah, sometimes he give me them tendencies. But I don't think he's gay. Even when he was coming on to Jeffrey in those episodes, it was just him being drunk. So they start talking about, about him going to jail and how stupid he is for confessing to the DA because he gonna go to jail and he gonna get raped in jail and when they not Jim said him and Catherine not gonna go to jail because they got money, so all they gonna get on is a slap on the wrist. And I'm over here like, Jim, you don't have no money. You gave up your money to Candace. That's $7.4 million. Remember last week Catherine asked told you that was your settlement when y'all get that damn divorce. So you don't have no money. Catherine and Candace got your money. So you might go to jail, boo boo. You might be in a little trouble. I'm just saying, I'm tired of rich motherfuckers thinking that they not gonna go to jail because they rich. Jim, all of them need to pay for their actions in that bullshit and trying to cover it up. Whether it's community service or something. I don't think nobody should get a slap on their goddamn wrist. So then they were talking about burying Amanda tomorrow or whatever. So then the next thing they have Hannah making funeral arrangements for Amanda for Catherine because Catherine can't do it. She's still grieving and all that kind of stuff. So next thing you know, it's a bang at the door and Quincy at the door. I'm like, oh shit. So Quincy comes banging on the door, and he was like, come to the window, come to the window. She was like, I'm going to call the police, Quincy. He was like, come to the window. She opens the window, and he has baby Q with him. The one that Candace keep telling everybody she don't know where the baby at, and he was talking about he didn't know where the baby at. That's why I'm like, all of a sudden, you got the baby. You didn't know where the baby was. She didn't know where the baby was because you was in jail. Now, all of a sudden, it's the season finale, and the baby pops up, so make us want to talk about the baby again up until the show come back on. And then y'all gonna talk about him on the first episode. And then we not gonna hear about him again I don't know. I don't know. So then you had him like dangling the boy at the window upside down and shit, talking about if you don't open this window like he was gonna hurt him or whatever. So it made Hannah open the door. She goes outside, she trying to beg for the little boy, she screaming for the neighbors. I'm like, nobody coming outside. Like I remember when y'all had the party, everybody in the neighborhood is over there. But now she's screaming and hollering, nobody coming outside. And then I'm like, damn, Catherine, you must have been a bitch that don't nobody like you on your street. I'm just saying, because you let my grandmama go yell outside and everybody coming out. But anyway, so he asked her, like, you want him to stay with you? She was like, yeah. And he was like, well, tell me where Candace at. And she was like, I don't know. So he was like, okay, well, your ass ain't getting the boy. And he told the little boy get in the car, and Hannah trying to get the little boy and trying to get to him, and he slapped the fire out of Hannah. He slapped everybody out of Hannah. Like, oh my God, I was laughing on Twitter because I seen Ashley and somebody else post how he slapped the Son, the Father, the Holy Ghost, and all that up out of Hannah. And I was like, yes, like, damn, I'm still holding my face. Like, bitch, did he slap you? I mean, he slapped her so hard, she spent and then hit the car. But all the time when he hit her, I was like, oh shit, Benny gonna fuck him up. That my whole thing is like she got a son, my dude. Like you can't be hitting on mamas and thinking the son ain't gonna come after you, you know. So then you had Maggie on the phone, and it's her, and she telling somebody to follow Veronica, and it's her, Landon, and David, and they looking after the aftermath of what Veronica did in that bar, and they trying to figure out why did she lock up like that? Why did she go crazy? They were drinking and shit, and he just stuck on stupid, and he don't want to tell Maggie what happened or whatever. So Landon ended up going somewhere. I don't know if he was going to go look for Jeffrey. I don't know. I don't care. I guess they were trying to spin a story and how they can get the footage or whatever, so it won't leak to the media. So she was like, he said he was gonna go home, and she was like, do you think that's a good idea? You know, you're crazy, wife. And he was like, yeah. And so she was like, well, tell me what she done. Like, and he just ended up leaving, like, bitch, it ain't your damn business. And that's what I was saying too. Like, bitch, this ain't got nothing to do with that campaign. This ain't got nothing to do with that. So please stay in your lane so you get boop off again, Veronica. So Benny comes home, and I'm like, oh shit. So Hannah's coming out the bathroom, you know, cleaning herself up or whatever. And he sees her face, and he like, what happened to you? And she over there like, nothing. He like, was he here? And she was like, did he do this? And you know, she couldn't deny it. And so she was like, let the police handle it or whatever. And he was like, she was like, cause he got cute. And he was like, you just saw the fire in Benny's eyes. You saw the fire in his eyes. But I'm over here thinking like, Benny, you just woke up like 2 weeks ago. Like, you sure you want to get in a fight and get hit in your head? Like, you really want to do that? Like, I don't understand, but okay, that's his mama. So yeah, you supposed to go fuck up, at least try to fuck up somebody that did something to your mama. I'm just saying. So I ain't mad at him, but I just kept saying, nigga, you better duck. So he tells her to lock the door and he leaves. Then you got Candace and the Landon in the bar. Yeah, it was in the bar. And she was asking what happened, and he was saying how Veronica went crazy. And Jeffrey walks up and he asks what happened, and Landon was like, nothing. Candace was like, your mama went nuts. Your mama did that shit. So he was like, what the fuck? Then you got this crazy ass Melissa girl walk up and was like, your mom said you'll be here. I'm like, you stalker. You're a stalker, bitch. Like, for real. So they was like, Candace was like, you know he gay, right? And Landon was like, yeah, I told her. I fell out. Because I was like, everybody in told this girl, Jeffrey, everybody in told this girl that this boy is gay. But she wants to talk to him alone. So they go talk alone, and you know, Candace is like tripping about what the fuck do this girl want when she know he's gay. So, you know, Candace, you know, love her from Jeffrey, so she go check on him. But before she get up there, Melissa was over there like, I miss you. And he like, but you crazy. I'm gay. And she was like, I don't care. And he was like, she was like, please, Jeffrey, you have to like me. You have to like me. And she crying. And now at this point, I'm feeling bad for her because I'm like, fucking Veronica got her clutches in this fucking girl, making her do this shit, knowing like he don't want her. And I think this is so fucked up on Veronica, but I guess we'll see more into this girl's storyline next season because it was just all the way wrong. She was like, she started taking off her clothes and she was like, make love to me. We could watch gay porn. I was like, this girl is all trying to get this boy to give her some. So Candace walked in like, what are you doing, you crazy bat? Like, what are you doing? So Candace grabbed her purse, started dumping out her purse, like, I'm gonna find out what you're doing. Like, I love Jeffrey, you're not gonna do him like this. What the fuck is going on? So, she started seeing stuff about Mercy Hospital. I'm like, why are you there every day? The girl don't say nothing. And then she was like, she pulled out an ovulation stick. And I'm like, okay, this bitch is trying to get pregnant. So she was like, bitch, like, why are you doing this? I can teach you. I can pimp you out. I was like, Candace. But Candace probably can teach her some things. But I laughed because I was like, Candace always got these damn comebacks that I just be like, I love Candace. I just love Candace. I don't care. I don't care if she's an escort, a hoe, a scammer. I love me some Candace. So the girl was like, I'm not a hoe. And I'm like, she was like, bitch, you doing hoe tendencies. You's a hoe. I'm just saying. So the girl ended up leaving and the phone rings and it's Veronica. Talking about you ran her out the room. I'm like, this bitch got surveillance in the hallway. But she said Melissa had called her or whatever. And I'm like, bitch, did she call you soon as she shut the door? Because the phone started ringing when she shut the door. But so he just said, she told Jeffrey, I need to see you now. You need to bring your ass over here. And Candace was saying, like, your mom is going to be the death of you. Like, you need to deal with that bitch or she's going to be the death of you. And he like, no. But she was like, your mama put Melissa up to this. And he always said no. Every time somebody say, your mama did something, he always say, no. I'm like, Jeffrey, you is just the dumbest, delusional dude. Like, really? But anyway, Benny goes and to look for Quincy, and he go to the projects and he see War. War make a phone call to him because he like that fool hit my mama, and you know War love the family. So War finds out his location and say he's been hanging at a strip club or whatever. So then Jeffrey goes to Veronica's house, and that's probably was like my favorite scene, like of this whole thing. Is it's always my son. No. My son keep trying to text me when he think he gonna stay out late. No, fool. Anyway, she in the house. This bitch smoking and drinking. She got some braids in her hair. She took her wig off. You know what I'm saying? Or she got it in for fighting stance. You know how we braid our hair up when we don't want to get it pulled. I don't know, but I'm like, you know, this bitch is just crazy. She went back to hood Veronica. So he was like, you know, like, are you okay and stuff like that. And she was like, how bad did he beat you? I said, what the fuck? And he was like, you know, I'll live. And then she was like, she just started going in and talking about how he wanted to dress like a girl when he was little and all this kind of stuff. And he was like, no, I didn't. She was like, you want to be a girl? He was like, no, I don't. She was like, shut up. So then she started telling him that Melissa is pregnant. How she planned the whole thing, how she paid her, and all this bullshit. And I'm just sitting there looking at Veronica like, bitch, really? She was saying how only reason why Melissa was at the room that night is because they were trying to make sure that she was pregnant or whatever. But they for sure that the girl's pregnant. She was talking about, you gonna be a daddy and whoop. And I'm like, he still don't have to be with her. And she telling him how you gotta marry her now. And then she started calling him disgusting. It just seemed like all of a sudden that just all clicked up in Jeffrey's head. And he went ham. He went ham on her and was like, you're disgusting. You're evil. You're wicked. You're stupid. And she slapped the shit out of him. Which, as a mama, I would have slapped my son too. Motherfucker, I understand being disrespectful, me disrespectful, but yeah. My first reaction probably would have been to slap my son too. But he just started saying, "You're not allowed to hurt me anymore. I'm gay. You're not allowed to hurt me. I want a man." He kept saying it. He called her, "You stupid. You pathetic. You know, I hate myself for loving you." He just was going off on her, and you felt Jeffrey's pain through the whole thing because y'all know how I feel about parents dogging their kids just because who they love and stuff like that. I hate that. So yeah, I was all here. This piece of hair getting on my. I was all here for Jeffrey reading the shit out of his mama. I really was. I really want to find this piece of hair. I can't find it. Whatever. But yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Jeffrey, get all the men's you want. I'm just saying, cause that bitch, he left her sitting stupid. Like, I can't deal with Veronica treating him like that. I think she's so foul, fucked up, the way she treats him. You'll get your son ass whooped. You call him disgusting for who he wants to be with. Like, that bitch is off her rocker. I believe them. Like, this bitch is on some drugs. Benny, he waiting on Quincy outside the little strip club or whatever. So Quincy comes out getting his car started up. Next thing you know, Benny runs the car into Quincy, drags him out the car, and commits to whooping his ass in front of everybody. I'm like, you know. But I ain't mad. I mean, like I keep saying, like, he do dumb stuff because I'm like, you whooped his ass in front of everybody. So now you gotta go to jail. But then you be on the other flip side, you be like, that jail time is worth it because motherfucker, you should have put your hands on my mama. So then he ended up having to call. Let me just get that out the way. He ended up having to call Veronica because he needs somebody that's the only lawyer he knows, and she helped him the last time. So call her to get him out. So then you got David. He comes home, and she, like I said, she drunk, smoking again, got another cigarette in her mouth, and she like, "What are you doing here?" And he was like, "This is my motherfucking house. I come home when I want to come home." She said, "Did you get on your knees? Did she get on her knees for you?" He like, "You crazy. What are you talking about? Like, we gonna go get you some help tomorrow. Cause you crazy." And she was just basically like, "Oh, that's how you trying to do me." She just so paranoid with him and Maggie that it's just fucked her up. She started blaming him for the DA coming to her house, and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then he was like, "Hey, you been drinking?" She was like a fish. I said, "More than a fish. I'm just saying, a couple of fishes." Tired. She was talking about. He was saying how he going to bed. He tired of the way she treated Jeffrey. That bitch said, "You stay here. You won't see the morning." And the whole time she's saying that, I'm like, David, why are you not taking heed to what this lady is saying? I'm sorry, man. But when y'all wives and your girlfriends is pissed off and she say something like that, motherfucker, you either better sleep with one eye open or don't sleep in that house at all because she mean in what she say. If she is hurt and she say, "Nigga, I'm gonna kill you when you go to sleep," the saying, like, them ain't no words to be taken lightly. They not. Landon goes to Jeffrey's room and check on Jeffrey, and he like, "You want to see me," and all that, and Jeffrey throws him on the bed and kiss him, and they bang it out. Okay. Veronica, like I said, she gets the call from Benny, and she go get him out of jail. This hooker face, ugh. Like, I wasn't expecting this out of the whole damn episode, but she tells Benny how her husband is cheating on her. So next thing you know, she started kissing on Benny, and I'm like, ew. Like, this boy, first of all, old enough to be your son. Fucking cougar. Then you drunk in the mug, so your breath probably stinks. Your pores is probably all coming out your pores. But she started kissing on him. At first, he didn't want it, but him, man, he can't resist, I guess. I don't know. He ain't had none in a long time. We ain't seen Benny with no woman in 3 seasons, so hey. She gave him some head in the car. I said, wow, Hood Veronica really, really came out. This not no bull. Bitch, you gave him head like right down the street from the police station. Like, the real Hood Veronica really, really came out on that ass. Candace is at the damn bar, and is his name Oliver? I don't Oscar. I think his name Oscar. I don't know, something like that. The white dude. He ended up coming back and trying to get with her and trying to buy her a drink, and she was like, "Come on, let's go up to my room." And he was like, "Why? If you don't trust me." She was like, "So I can have sex with you. I don't need to know you for all that. That's what condoms is for." So she going upstairs. She, this is gonna be her next gym. I really believe next season this dude is gonna be her next gym. She had to find some more money to keep her shit going. So that's why I think this is up with him. Cause she comes out with lingerie, telling him to get on his knees, and he get on his knees for her. Next thing you know, they about to bang it out, and Hannah comes to the door looking for Benny, talking about Benny looking for Quincy, but she never mentions that that boy had that girl baby. I'm like, really, Hannah? I understand you worried about your son, but you never mention Lil Q for real. Okay. So, like I said, she don't know where he at. Whatever. Benny go drop off crazy bad lady at her house, Veronica, and he was like, "I'm bringing you the car in the morning," and she was like, "Keep it." I'm like, this motherfucker is getting cars left and right, like from bitches. I don't. What do I need to do? Because I need the car. I really need a car. Like, I don't get it. Like, first he had the Chrysler. He wrecked that after you only paid $500 for it. Now you got your damn truck. I ain't mad at you, Benny. These bitches is crazy just getting on out. But you better sleep with one eye open fucking with Veronica and she giving you a car. So then she goes home, goes in the house. David sleep in the house or whatever. And she comes in with a gas can and pouring it around the bed, light her a cigarette, and light that motherfucker on fire and walks out the house. I'm sitting there like, David, you really can't spell that. You really can't feel the heat. Like, really. Okay. And that's how it goes off. So now we gotta wait till next season to see how all this plays out about the girl being pregnant, about we didn't even get to Amanda's funeral, so maybe that's how they're gonna start it off next season or when the season start back. Because I heard this was only mid-season. So when the season start back, I guess we're gonna have homegirl funeral, and homeboy gonna be the next gym. But that's about it. And Veronica, we never know what's gonna happen with David and homegirl pregnant. So we gotta see what all that's happened when the season started back. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about the episode. Like I said, it was a really pretty good episode because y'all know my shit don't even be this long. But it was a really, really good episode, and I really enjoyed it. Tyler Perry, shout out to you. Shout out to Catherine. What's her name? Renee Lawless. Yeah, shout out to her. I love me some Renee Lawless. Shout out to Tiki Sumter. But yeah, tell me what y'all thought. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, Xbox Live. I do everything by the Ghetto View, THA, not THE, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.